Just chatting with John Gradek, who's in studio. Thank you for coming in, by the way. You're like a movie star today. I've seen you everywhere. You've been on CBC, CTV, LCN. You've been everywhere. Wow. You need an agent is what you need.
I need a teleport machine from Scotty.
Listen, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I want to go back for people who are kind of stuck. And by the way, our producer Alice just told me that Robin Flynn, who's still waiting to get out of St. John's, and just said now they've told her she could leave at 3 o'clock our time. As soon as we hung up, they delayed that flight again. So she's going to be there at least 4 hours waiting for that, if it leaves at all, to come in. And I said, in doing a quick check just online, not all Air Canada flights have been canceled today. They said 500 plus yesterday would be canceled today, but there are plenty leaving, departed, a couple delayed, but there are a few canceled. So it's very much hit and miss, which is, again, the warning about don't go to the airport, call first, check first, save yourself the headache of going to the airport.
Who are you going to call?
Don't call. Go online and see if your flight is listed as leaving. You're right. It's going to take forever to get online with
8
somebody
hours.
to do.
8 hours. No. 8 hours.
Serious?
Yep.
That's what you've heard? Some people?
8 hours to wait online to even talk to a chatbot. Forget a person. Chatbots.
Wow. All right. Let's clarify a couple of things here because, you know, you're the guy. So first of all, this idea that Air Canada is obligated, right, if they cancel your flight, in this particular case because of a strike, so not in their control, I guess, they will give you a refund. You're obligated. I mean, you will get a refund if you want a refund, right?
Eventually.
That's step one. Okay, but eventually you'll get the money.
Yeah.
Then I heard Gabor Lukash, who's an airline
passenger rights guy,
right, saying, you know what, don't take the refund. Insist that they book a flight for you so you don't go ahead and have to do it yourself. And my first, sort of reaction to that was, wait a sec, they're trying to rebook flights for thousands of people. Wouldn't it be easier just to take the money and go ahead and do this on your own, whatever way you have to do it? So what's the suggestion?
Well, the suggestion is wait for Air Canada to call you, let them offer you a flight. And if you don't like the flight, if they give you a flight in your plan for tomorrow and they give you a flight 2 weeks from now,
right,
that's useless, then you basically get your money back. But they have to offer you a flight first.
Okay. So not just a refund first. They'll give you your money back.
They have to give you a flight. You're obligated to provide a flight to the passengers whose flights have been canceled,
right,
to arrive within 48 hours of your original arrival time.
Okay.
And then if they can't do that, then it's either a credit or a refund.
Well, what if there are no flights? Because you're imagining now all the other airlines.
They'll find a flight for you.
Yeah?
They'll find 2 or 3 weeks from now. Easy.
Okay. All right. Tongue in cheek. So take the money, take the refund. How long before? Because when I said that, you were like, yeah, good luck. How long do you have to wait, do you think, to get a refund?
30 days.
30 days.
30 days by legislation, yeah.
No longer than 30 days.
No longer than 30 days in cash.
Okay.
Transferred to your Interact or your credit card, however you want to do it.
Okay. Now, let's assume that you decide to take the cash, right, and not have them rebook a flight for you, and you go ahead and book a flight on your own. And you find a flight and you book it, and you're like, this is a better flight for me than what you're offering me. Are they obliged to pay for that flight, or the difference between what they would have charged you and what you have found it for? No,
the only obligation they have is for them to get you a flight. If you refuse that flight, to get the money back, and then you're on your own. So they won't cover any future flights or any full fare flights.
So if I let's say I'm going to, I don't know, Calgary, right? And they canceled my flight, which they did today on the flight leaving out of Montreal for Calgary. I find a flight, whatever, a day later, 2 days later, it costs, say it's $1,000, okay? Can I not say to them, I found a better flight than the one you offered me, and you have to pay for that flight?
It's their offer. They're obligated to make you an offer. Even if you found a better flight, they will offer what they've found. So that we won't have a game or a contest going on who's got the best flight. Air Canada is obligated to find you a flight that will let you arrive within 48 hours of your original time. And if they do that, you're stuck with that flight that they've gotten for you. If you go out and find a better flight, you're on your own. No refund.
No refund?
No refund. Because you basically given up in the process.
Well, what if the one they found you is, so you're saying within 48 hours that you're obliged to take that flight?
Correct.
If it's longer than that, then the situation changes.
Correct.
Okay. You take your refund back. Let's say you get to the point where you get a refund. You go online. Now, you're in Montreal, so you say to yourself, well, where else can I go if I got to get out of here? Maybe all flights out of here are fine. You can drive an hour and a half down the road, go to Burlington, and book a flight out of Burlington to go wherever you're going. They're not responsible for paying for that either.
You're on your own.
Okay.
Nice, eh?
Listen, the other part of this, and I heard it being discussed this morning, is this idea of if they screw up, if they can't find you a flight, if anything, your bottom line is, end of the day, you can always take Air Canada to small claims court, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah. And you need receipts. Receipts, records of conversation, any communication you've had with Air Canada.
Okay.
So when they send you the notice of a flight, being canceled and they offer you a substitute flight,
right?
Keep a record of that email, keep a record of that text, and that's your basis for taking them to small claim court or the CTA, which is 85,000 people ahead of you.
Right. So you wait a few years if you go that way.
Yeah.
What is the sort of situation in small claims court? I mean, I keep hearing Air Canada, other airlines lose as well, but it's a long process to get there too?
No, you can, right now it's about 3 to 4 months, depending on the judges that you get and the workload they have. Mm-hmm. The judges are, I would say the majority of the cases are in the passenger's favor. Because the judges are like passengers themselves,
right?
And they don't, they want to make sure there's no confusion in the marketplace.
So one of the other situations is here beyond just flying out of here. Let's say you have, you've made hotel accommodations or reservations somewhere else that don't become changeable for whatever reason, or you booked a cruise and it's leaving from a port. You don't get there on time. What happens to your cruise? Maybe you don't have insurance, and are you out all that money? How much of that is the airline responsible for?
None. Okay, none. Their only obligation is air transportation. All the other stuff that you've booked, you haven't booked it through Expedia, you booked it through, whatever means, or a travel agent. Your best bet is if you had done the work through a travel agent. The travel agents, there's a fund in Quebec that basically covers off transportation issues,
okay,
and other associated cruises or whatever hotels, and they will organize the refund. But you have to have bought the ticket, the whole package
through
a travel agent.
What if you had bought something like Air Canada has vacation packages as well? Would that apply if you booked it through their own vacation arm?
If you do it through the website, you buy an Air Canada vacations package on the website, you're stuck. You have to go through a travel agency. This fund will only protect those trips that are booked to a travel agent.
There's a lot of years stuck involved in here, isn't there? For the most part, it seems.
I'm sorry, but
that's what it is.
Yeah, regulations don't work. My opinion.
Yeah, and we've talked often enough about what happens even if you have a valid complaint. Good luck. You get in line and wait and wait and wait. The other thing, and I tried to put a dollar value on this, and you've actually managed to do it, I think. I said Air Canada told us they carry about 130,000 passengers a day.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I said, well, I wonder, look at what they're offering the flight attendants and how much money that would come to, and I don't know what that number is. But in terms of what this will cost Air Canada if, in fact, the strike happens a day, how much?
$50 to $60 million of revenue loss. Per day.
Wow.
So, this package, you're looking at the package that might cost Air Canada $250, $300 million over the next 4 years on the contract. 5 days, you're done.
Same amount of money.
You're done. So that's, so my guess is that, we'll probably have a 5-day strike, and then Air Canada will come knocking to the table and say, we want to come back and negotiate because this is getting to be too expensive. So let's go back and negotiate. So 7 days max.
So your best bet now is we are going to have a strike.
We are going to have a strike.
But you don't think it'll last more than a week?
5 days. 5 to 7 days max. So if you're traveling next weekend, cross your fingers.
Yeah. You also provided, I didn't even remember this, you used to work for Air Canada years and years ago.
Rumor has it.
Yeah. And you were involved in the last flight. Was it a flight attendant strike last time around? Which was back in 1985?
Yep.
How long did that one last?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yep. 6 weeks.
Okay. Well, that's a far cry from 5 days.
Different story. We live in a different environment. Air Canada was a crown corporation back then, and the government stepped in, of course, to make it happen, to fix it. This one, the market beware. You're in an open, free market, open competition, so you're paying the price. The fares have gone up, costs have gone up. So.
Wow. Let's hope it doesn't go 5 or 6 weeks. That'd be pretty terrible. All right,
that won't happen.
So, just really quick, just to summarize, best advice anybody on a flight, and it's not going to go. Get a hold of Air Canada. You're probably better off doing this.
Wait for Air Canada to call you.
Wait for them to call you.
Wait for them to call you or send you an email or a text saying your flight's been canceled. Here's what we're offering you.
And then decide what you want to do. Okay. John, thank you. I appreciate you coming in. John Gradek, tell everybody what you do. I didn't give your official title. So what are you teaching at McGill?
I teach supply networks and aviation management at the School of Continuing Studies at McGill University.
It's a long business card.